in the Ink magazine, Ed Mabry. He's a poet, but he's also a professional comedian. And he was
Hmm.
talking about the same thing. He was saying how poets are like, they are not even, they're less respected than comedians. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about how comedians don't get as much respect, but then poets really don't get as much respect. You know what I'm saying? So it is a little harder. I think it's harder for poets in that sense, um, when it comes to the stage, performing on stage and trying to get that respect.
I would say so. There's been a few poetry artists I've seen where they drop knowledge in their poems. I'm like, yo, it sounds like they rapping.
Mm.
And I'm like, they really lay on some J. Cole's type stuff where you're like, man, like, but my thing is, what's the avenue for the poetry artists? Like for us, obviously, it's movies, TV shows, Netflix special. But for a poetry artist, what happens next?
Mm. Yeah, it's so the route to becoming a full-time poet is small. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not many poets out there that can say that, oh, we doing this full time. But I think I'm gonna speak for myself. I ain't gonna speak for the other poets. I don't feel like I'm trying to do it full time. I more so use it as a platform, to launch myself into different areas. You know what I'm saying, of my professional career. And so that's the mindset I go into it with poetry. But like you said, it's not many avenues for a poet to go down. Not many people are like, hey, that's a great poet, let's make him or her an actress. Hey, that's a great poet, let's put him in a movie. You know what I'm saying? That's not really happening. Maybe rapping, maybe someone could slide into the rap genre, but
Mm.
yeah, like, yeah, I agree with you. It's easier for a comedian to get a role in a movie than a poet.
Yeah, I have a friend that's a poet. I had him come and do some poetry at one of my shows. But for what he does also is put out books, like poetry books. I think he sold his book that day too,
Mm,
and he also acts. So he does different things, even though he does events and everything like that.
mm. Yeah. You gotta have that entrepreneur mentality. You can't just do the poetry. You gotta have the books. You gotta have the merch. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a lot of different things going for you as well. So yeah. I'm definitely in stepping right. I don't even, what am I trying to say? I'm definitely stepping right beside you on that one with that thought process. Um,
Yeah, you guys need an avenue. Like it
mhm.
was, what was it, the Def Comedy Jam, Poetry Slam?
Yeah, the deaf poetry.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there needs to be something for poetry artists now, like maybe a TV show, because people will watch it. People like stuff that's different. People like to be able to think, because some poems make you think, some make you laugh, some make you cry. People love that type of stuff.
Mhm. And I think this is a great time to plug the Ink magazine, because that is something different. That's something new. That's something specifically for spoken word artists. So if y'all haven't checked out any issues of the Ink magazine, check out the inkmag.com.